Hello. So I've got a little group chat here with Dexter and Danny and Betsy. We're going to review the little Skillshare.
So I'll just teach a very simple guitar technique that's useful for sort of playing stuff faster and just adding a slightly different tone to the notes. It's a hammer-on, and it's quite simple. You just sort of play a note, and then like one fret, two frets, or above, it doesn't really matter. You just put your finger on it. If you're playing it, you sort of slap it on with a bit of force, and yeah, it allows you to play a bit quicker, rather than just pick every note once. Just lets you do it.
No, I think that's great. So, do you want to demonstrate it a bit quicker or anything?
Yeah, well, the hammer-on leads to doing pull-offs as well, which is essentially the reverse of that. And once you get that, you can go do it a bit quicker. So.
That's great. So basically you're only fretting one note and the rest of it's coming from the pulling on off of the other finger.
Yeah, I mean it keeps you picking hand free, so just lets you move about a little bit more.
Great. Thanks. That's cool. Alright, so any thoughts on that, Dexter?
Well, as soon as I talked about the pulling off, I could have perhaps explained how to do that, rather than just doing that, telling how to do a hammer on. I don't know, I thought I was quite clear with how to do the technique.
Any things you think might make it clearer for someone getting the information?
Yeah, maybe if I was able to have a camera so you could see close up to the guitar, see what my fingers were doing a bit more.
I mean, probably we don't need to see the tech there, we should just put you full screen. And as well, we've got the delay because we're monitoring it and we've got that, so it's like you're getting
made that a bit muffled noise.
Yeah, so it'd be like, well, that's something to go, well, let's clarify the audio so you're not getting extra artifacts from it. How did you plan it? Well, I mean, what did you...
Well, I just thought of doing like a sort of simple guitar technique, and like the hammer-on and pull-off is pretty much used in like nearly every song that's got like a sort of bit more like a blues influenced guitar in it, and it's just a really useful skill to sort of develop with playing, really.
I mean, it didn't need a great deal of lesson planning or anything, did it?
No.
How do we think about what you're going to do in front of the camera? How's it going to show? I mean, I remember you saying, is that going to a pillow and be able to see that and stuff? So planning was more functional like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's just go around in that order.
Right, so today's the suspension tip, and I'm just grabbing my focus here, inserting it into an audio channel. So now that's in, the way I want to build suspense first is by layering it, just get to 4 bars. So here's the break end, and the way I'm going to layer it, so I'm going to duplicate it. The volume's quite loud, so I'm going to just make sure it's turned down. I'm going in here and putting it up 12 semitones to turn it up an octave, and I'm going to do another varying of it and turn it down 1 octave by putting it down 12 semitones. I don't want it all to go in at once, so I want a nice build. I might cut that by Command E, by 2 bars. So now that's the layer done. Now you want to group the vocals by holding Shift and pressing group. Now you want to grab any reverb effect. I like the church reverb. What's not in here?
Any reverb effect.
I don't know how to work. S is normal. Oh, here we go. Yes, because it is in here. So, all cathedral. I chose cathedral. Where's that now? And you need to right click and show automation for 11. Now you want it to build up before the drop. So have it right, turn down. Let's say about 20% to 60% just before the drop. There we go. And also any panning effects. Auto panning. I rather like around the head. And you want to automate the amount of that as well. So you get to about there, and it'll increasing before it drops. Now, hopefully this works. It should build a lot of suspense before the drop itself. So where's the single layer? Increasing with the reverb. I can do that again if need be.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So all of that, everything we listened to is what you just did?
Yeah, so there's one effect what just arises, but what you can hear is what happened here.
So we were hearing main now, right?
Yeah, so you can hear it vocal, you can hear it laid by 2 octaves, different. You can hear through reverb slowly increasing, it's ever so subtle, and you can hear it panning from left to right quite quickly as it goes up into before it drops. And then it allows it to drop properly when
At the end of that, it's going to drop into a hot.
Yeah.
Brilliant, that's fine. So, any thoughts, Danny?
Yeah, so one I could have done it with a clearer sample, what would have shown the effects more obviously. With the reverb, I should have probably just dragged any reverb in, 'cause it then made it seem like I couldn't do it with any reverb. But hey ho. And with the panning, rather than doing it at 0.4 hertz, the rate of it, I probably should have done it on 16th, so it does it a lot faster. But that's all technical. I think that could have been it possibly.
Yeah. So I mean, how did you plan that one?
So this technique is used in a lot of dance music, mainly the kind of alternative electronica. So names such as Bonobo or Disclosure, or the Metalheads, for example. It's quite a good technique to show for suspension in terms of stereo width. Better with your headphones on, what I always use. But yeah, I thought it was a good tip to use, and the way I planned it is I'll just write it out simple, of rather than going into complicated terms. Make sure I cleanly say what I'm doing. That was that.
Yeah, I saw you on your laptop prepping the
Yeah.
thing. Anything you thought was good about that, rather than critiquing it negatively?
It worked. I'm sure it would have worked better if you had your headphones on, because with the panning you've got the left to right rather than hearing it on speakers. But it did work and it showed it clearly.
I like the keyboard things where you can see the modifiers. It's kind of what I was saying earlier, but that's what, not all programs will show you that. It's when you're trying to explain a technique like that. So it's quite high level what you're doing. I'm like, oh yeah, I can probably do that now after looking at it and going, no, you're doubling it up and you're octave in it and whatever. But then I'm pretty used to things like that, so I'm not sure. It's like you'd be like, I'll have to watch that a few times. You have to break it down slowly.
I think for people that are used to digital audio writers, it would be more easier for you.
It's about pitching to the audience you're
Yeah.
at. It's an advanced technique. It's
Yeah.
not a beginner's. I mean, that was quite a basic musical technique. That's fine. It's like identifying what you're trying to get at. It's part of the thing, isn't it? So, okay, let's look at.
Hello, my name is Betsy B and I'm going to be teaching the musical skill of vibrato. So most people, they tend to sing flat, which is like whereas I want to be teaching you how to add vibrato, which has a bit more of a pulsing effect to it, like instead of flat. So how you do that is it's two notes and often it's C, C sharp, it's a semitone up from the original note you're singing. And you pulsate really quickly between both of them. So it's like and if I exaggerate that, it does have that feeling of and that's how you do vibrato. And you can put loads on, as I've just shown, or you can do it more subtly, like and it doesn't require jaw movement. It's very much from your voice that you're using.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think it was like quite concise and short and kind of like to the point. I'd say when I say flat, I don't mean like you're singing flat. I mean kind of the actual
without any movement.
vibrations. Yeah.
Just hitting the note. Yeah. One needs to be precise about language sometimes. Yeah, and how did you plan that one?
I kind of straight away I thought, I'll do some kind of singing term and explain it, and then I went onto YouTube and kind of saw different people and how they explained it, and then I searched up the definition and kind of created my own version of that.
Great. You did all that on your phone, didn't you? Again, there's no masses of planning or anything. It's just notes and phone and research of other techniques. It's great. Okay, I think we can stop that and check we've got what we need.